Now coming to next topic, let us see the programming part of your 8085, right? Now what 8085 will do, it will perform basic arithmetic and logical operation. Now in this lecture we will see about the programming part of arithmetic operations. Now that includes addition, subtraction, right? Now we don't have any multiplication and division instructions for your 8085. If you see the instruction set under arithmetic group of instructions of your 8085, we don't have any special instructions like multiplication which will perform the multiplication operation, and similarly we don't have any instruction to perform division operation, right? Now using this add and subtraction operation only we can perform multiplication and division operation under your 8085. Now how to perform those operations, let us see one by one, right? Now in this lecture we will see about the programming part of your arithmetic operation. Now that includes addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? Now as we have seen the instruction set of your 8085, now that doesn't include any special instruction to perform multiplication operation, and similarly we don't have any instruction to perform division operation. Though we don't have instruction to perform multiplication and division operations under your 8085, now using this addition and subtraction operation we can perform multiplication and division operation, right? Now how to perform multiplication and division operation using addition and subtraction, now let us see one by one, right? Now coming to first arithmetic operation, that is your addition, right? Now let us see the programming part, how to add two numbers, right? Now write a assembly language programming part, right? Write a assembly language programming in order to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Now this is the question, write a assembly language programming to add two 8-bit numbers in 8085, right? Now for this addition operation, now as we know 8085 can perform arithmetic and logical operation only on 8-bit numbers. Since it is an 8-bit microprocessor, it can do 8-bit arithmetic or logical operation, right? Now coming to first programming, now write a assembly language programming. In a shortcut we will write it as WAP, right? Write a assembly language programming to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Write a assembly language programming to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Now how to add two 8-bit numbers, now how to write a program to add two 8-bit numbers, now let us see. First I will explain the explanation part, later I will write the program step by step, right? Now before going to it, now let us assume 4 memory location, right? Now let us assume 4 memory location, that is 2050H, 2051H, and similarly 2052H, and similarly 2053H, right? Now let us assume these 4 memory location, because memory locations are used to store data, right? On that data only we can perform arithmetic and logical operation, right? Now let us assume any 4 memory location. I am assuming any 4 memory location, those are 20502, 2053H, right? Now I want to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Now for your 2050H, I am storing in this memory location, I have first number which is stored, and in 2051H I have second number that is to be added. We have to add two 8-bit numbers. First number is stored under the memory location 2050H, and second number whatever we are adding with the first number, that is stored under 2051H, right? Now under the memory location of 2052H, right? Now I want to store the result, sum result, right? I want to store the sum result under the memory location 2052H. Now here we are doing addition operation, there may be chances of getting carry, right? Carry may be 0 or carry may be 1 depending on your two 8-bit numbers, right? Now I may get carry or I may not get carry, because depending on the two 8-bit numbers, right? Now if there is a carry, now I have to store in the memory location 2053H, right? Now this is the scenario that I have to follow in order to write a program, right? Now here we have to write a program to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Now the first 8-bit number I have to consider, which is stored under the memory location 2050H, and the second 8-bit number is considered which is stored in the memory location 2051H, right? Now these are the two memory location which is storing two 8-bit numbers. On that two 8-bit numbers I have to perform arithmetic operation, that is addition, right? Now after adding those two numbers, I will get sum and I will get carry, right? Now sum has to store under the memory location 2052H, and I have to store carry under the memory location 2053H. This is the scenario I have to follow. Now based on this scenario I have to write a program, right? Now you may get a doubt, why to store sum only under 2052H, why can't we store under 2053H, right? Now for any microprocessor we will follow a basic principle, that is lower byte is stored under your lower address, and similarly higher byte is stored under your higher address. We will follow this scenario for any microprocessor. This is the basic principle that we will follow for any microprocessor. Lower byte is stored under your lower address and higher byte is stored under your higher address, right? Now I have added two numbers, right? Now let us assume I have added F2H and again F3H. These are the two numbers that I am going to add. Let us assume, right? Now 2 plus 3, this H indicates hexadecimal format. Now what is 2 plus 3? 5. Now what is F15? In decimal it is 15. 15 plus 15, what is the result? You will get 30, right? Now 30 is in your decimal, and in hexadecimal it is represented by 1E, right? 1EH. This is the addition of those two numbers, right? Now what is the lower byte? This thing, right? Now this is your lower byte and this has to stored under your lower address. That's why sum is stored under your 2052H. Now here we are getting a carry. Now carry is always at your higher position. Now since this is an higher byte, now this is stored under the higher address. We will follow a basic principle for any microprocessor, that is lower byte is stored under lower address, higher byte is stored under your higher address. That's why sum is stored under your lowest memory location, that is 2052H, and since higher byte is your carry, now that is stored under your memory location, that is 2053H, right? Now let us write a program. Now 2050H, right? 2050H is the memory location. Now let us assume, now in this memory location I am storing data F2H, right? I am storing data F2H. Now initially this has to loaded into A register, right? The first number that is stored under the 2050H, that has to be loaded into A register. Now later that has to be moved into B register, right? We have to free the contents of A register, right? Now the first number that is stored in the memory location is loaded into A register, then it is moved to B register, right? Now A is free, right? Now the second number that is stored under the memory location 2051H is loaded to accumulator, right? Is loaded to accumulator. Now after, next we have to perform addition on the contents of B register and on the contents of A register. Then you will get sum is stored under your 2052H and carry is stored under your 2053H. Because for a microprocessor we will follow a basic principle, that is lower byte is stored under your lower address and higher byte is stored under your higher address, right? Now let us based on this scenario, now let us write the instruction step by step. Now what is the first step? We have first number has to be loaded from the memory location 2050H to A register, right? Now what is the instruction that we can use in order to load the content to A register? We have LD. We have, what is the instruction? LDA. Now what is the memory location? 2050H, right? Now what is the instruction, this instruction meaning? This is the memory location, right? Now this memory location will store some data. Now that contents are loaded to accumulator, the same thing, right? First number is which is stored under the 2050H is loaded with accumulator. What is the next step we have to follow? Now the contents of A are moved to B, right? Now what is the instruction we have to use? Move, right? Move B comma A. Contents of A are moved to contents of B, right? Move B comma A, right? Whatever the contents that are stored under your A, that are moved to B register, right? Now what is the next step? Now A is free. Since we have moved the contents of A register to B register, now A is free, right? Now what is the next instruction we have? LDA 2051H. That means whatever the second number that we are storing under the memory location 2051H, now that is loaded to accumulator, right? Now we don't have any instruction. You may get doubt. So in order to follow these two instruction, now why can't we write LDB 2050H? We don't have any such instruction. If you observe data transfer instruction, we don't have any such instruction directly loading the contents of memory location to any of those 8 registers, right? First those are moved to A register, then only from A register you can move to any different registers, that is B register, C, D, E, H or L, right? First we don't have LDB, LDX, we don't have any such type of register to in order to move directly the numbers to your specified register, right? Now this is the second step we have followed, right? Now what is the next step? We have to add B. Add B. Now what is the result? Now what is the result? Contents of A are added with contents of B and the result is stored under your A, right? Now here we have done here we have added, right? Now there may be chance of getting a carry, or we may not get a carry, right? Now we may not get a carry. Now carry, in order to store carry I am using C register, right? In order to store carry I am using C register. Now sum is automatically stored under your accumulator register, right? Now add B. After adding you may get carry or you may not get carry. Now how to check that whether we are getting carry or not, right? How to check whether we are getting carry or not? Now let us see one by one, right? Now here there is a chance of getting carry or not getting carry, right? Now we have a instruction like jump if no carry, jump if no carry, right? Jump if no carry. Now after that you will have a label, any label, right? After that you will have a label, you can use any label, right? I am using some skip. Instead of skip you can give L1, L2, right? It will follow some loop, right? Instead of skip I am giving some label, right? Now jump if no carry. If there is no carry it has to jump to skip. Now what is the skip here? STA 20 STA 2052H, right? STA 2052H. Now what we are storing under A will store the result of sum, right? Now that is loaded. Now whatever the contents of A are there, now that is loaded into the memory location, that is 2052H, right? Reverse operation, load operation and store operations are reverse. Contents of A are moved to the memory location that is specified within the instruction, right? Next what we have? Okay, jump if no carry I have given skip, that is STA 2052H, right? Now how to check if there is a carry, right? Initially I have said carry is stored under your C register. Now before that I am specifying the instruction move C comma move immediate C comma 00H. Either you can give hashtag before it or actually this is the actual format hashtag 00h. Now what is the meaning of this instruction? Immediate data 00h is moved to the C register, right? Now I have, that means whatever the contents of C are there, now that are replaced with your 00h, right? Now jump, if no carry, it will skip to this instruction, right? Now if there is a carry, right, we may get a carry or we may not get a carry. If there is no carry, it will skip to this instruction. Now if there is a carry, now what I have to do? Increment C, right? Increment C, right? INRC, right? Now this is the actual scenario in order to add two numbers, right? Now I have, now if there is no carry, it will go to this instruction. Now if there is a carry, the contents of C are incremented by 1, right? Now what is the last step? We have to store carry under the memory location 2053h, right? Now in order to store the carry to your memory location, now first initially the contents of C has to be moved to A register, right? Initially the contents of C has to be moved to A register. Next STA2053h, that means contents of A are moved to the memory location, that is 2053h. Just reverse operation. Now here the actual scenario has been completed, right? Now after this you have to write HLT instruction. Now what is the meaning of this instruction? No operation. You have to stop the programming part, HLT, right? No operation of your microprocessor. The ending part of your programming you have to end with HLT. If you see for C programming, directly we will write end, right? For your microprocessor you have to write HLT. HLT is nothing but ending part of your programming, which indicates no operation, right? Now this is the program to add two numbers, right? This is the program to add two numbers, right? Now let me explain one by one again, right? We have 4 memory location, that is 2050h, 51, 52 and 53h, right? Now in order to add two 8-bit numbers, now let us assume first number is stored under your 2050h and second number is stored under your 2051h, right? Now I have to store sum under this memory location, that is 2052h. Next carry I have to store under your 2053h, right? Now why can't we store carry under 2052h and why can't we store sum under 2053h? Because any microprocessor will follow a basic principle, that is lower byte is stored under lower address and higher byte is stored under a higher address, right? Now lower byte is nothing but this sum. The sum is stored under your lower address. Higher byte is nothing but your carry, that is stored under your higher address, right? Now for this scenario we have to write a programming part. First, initially the first number has to move to accumulate, right? Now why can't we move directly to B register? We don't have any such instruction, right? We don't have any such instruction to move directly to a specified register, B or C or D or E or D, E or H or L. We don't have any such instruction. First, initially the contents from the memory location has to be moved to A register. After that you can move to any other register, right? Now the second number has to move to A register. Now we have to add these two contents, right? Now the sum has to store under your 2052h and carry has to store under your 2053h, right? Now what is the first instruction? First the contents of 2050h has to move to A. Now for that purpose we have instruction LDA, address is 2050h, right? Next the contents of A are to be moved to B. For that purpose we have instruction move B comma A, right? Next the second number has to move to A register, right? Now for that purpose we are using the instruction LDA 2051h, right? Now we have taken two 8-bit numbers, right? Now we have two 8-bit numbers, one is stored under B register and another one is stored under your A register, right? Next operation is addition operation, add B, right? Now what is the operation of this instruction? Contents of A are added with contents of B and the result is stored under your A register, right? Now while adding two 8-bit numbers, either you may get a carry or you may not get a carry, right? Now first let us assume there is no carry, right? If there is no carry, jump if no carry, right? Jump if no carry. Now if there is no carry, it will jump to this particular instruction, right? What is the instruction? This is a label. Either you can use any label, and that label has to be labeled before the instruction, right? Now after addition you may get carry or you may not get carry. Now let us assume if there is no carry, we have to write two cases, right? First I am considering case 1, there is no carry. If there is no carry, it will skip to this instruction, that is sum is directly stored under your. Now see, if you after adding two 8-bit numbers, the result is stored under your A register, right? Now if there is no carry, the sum is, we are storing the contents of A register to the memory location. Nothing but sum is stored to the memory location, that is 2052H, right? Now if there is a carry, right? If there is no carry, it will move to this instruction. If there is a carry, incrementing C, right? Before incrementing C, the contents of C has to be 00H. That's why initially move immediate C 00H, right? Now if there is a carry, incrementing C, now the C will become 01, right? C will become 01H. The C register will become 01H, right? Now this carry has to be stored under the memory location 2053H, right? Now before that, in order to store the carry in this memory location, first initially we have to move this contents of C register to A register. After that, store accumulator 2053H. Now there ends the programming part, right? Now this is assembly language programming to add two 8-bit numbers, right? Now after subtraction you have to write it, right? Write a assembly language programming to subtract two 8-bit numbers, that I will give you as assembly, right? Addition we have seen in the same manner. Subtraction you have to write the programming part, that I will give you as assembly, right? Now what is the next arithmetic operation? We have multiplication, right? Now second is your multiplication, right? Now write a assembly language programming to multiply. Write a assembly language programming to multiply two 8-bit numbers, right? Write a assembly language programming to multiply two 8-bit numbers, right? Now here we don't have a special instruction mul, right? If you go for 8086, we will have a special instruction like mul in order to multiply two 16-bit numbers under 8086, right? If you go for 8085, here we don't have any special instruction mul in order to multiply two 8-bit numbers, right? Now let me explain the procedure. After that I will write the programming part, right? Now in decimal part I am explaining. Now 03, this is your decimal part, into 09, which is decimal part, right? Now 3 nines are, what is the value? 27, right? 3 nines are 27. This is the decimal part, right? If you have mul instruction, you can follow this procedure, right? Now for your 8085, we don't have any mul instruction, right? Now 09 plus 09 plus 09, if I add 3 times, right? If I add 3 times, what is the result? 27 only, right? This is one procedure. That means we have to this is one procedure using add instruction. Using add instruction, we can perform the operation of multiplication, right? We can perform the operation of multiplication under your 8085, right? Under your 8085, right? Now this is in decimal part I am explaining. Now let us see under hexadecimal part, right? Now let us see under hexadecimal part, right? Now I want 3 times of 03H of F2H, right? 03H of F2H, right? Now what I have to do? Initially 00H, right? Initially 00H is added with F2H, and the result is added with F2H, and the result is added with F2H. This is the scenario we have to follow in order to multiply this F2H 3 times, right? In order to multiply this F2H 3 times, right? Now 00H plus F2H, right? Now what is the result? You will get F2H only. To this again I have to add F2H, right? Now what is the result? Hexadecimal 4. Now 15 plus 15, F is nothing but 15 plus 15 in your decimal part. Now 15 plus 15 is nothing but 13, right? Now 13 in 30 in hexadecimal, that is represented by 1E4H. Now 1 is your carry, right? Now this is your sum part. 1 is your carry, this is your sum part. Now carry is stored under your register B, right? Carry is any register, not only B, but here I am using B register in order to store carry, right? Now to this again I have to add F2H. If I again add F2H, what is 4 plus 2? 6. Now E is nothing but 14 and F is nothing but 15. 14 plus 15 is nothing but 29, right? Now 29 is in your decimal and hexadecimal, it is represented by 1D6H, right? Now this is again carry and this is again stored under your B register. This is the scenario we have to follow, that is by using add instruction, right? That is by using add instruction. Now let us assume 4 memory location 2050H, right? 2051H, 2052H, 2053H, right? Now let us assume 4 memory location, right? Now for the first memory location I am storing first number. Now what is the first number? We are multiplying 03H into F2H. This is the multiplication we have to do, 2 8-bit numbers, right? Now what is the first number? 03H. First number is stored under your memory location 2050H. Now what is the second number? F2H. F2H is stored under your 2051H, right? Now after multiplying, right, after multiplying, as I have said, lower byte is stored under your lower address, higher byte is stored under your higher address. This is the basic principle of microprocessor. Lower byte is stored under your lower address. After multiplication you get some result, right? Lower byte is stored under your lower address, higher byte is stored under your higher address, right? Now this is the scenario. For this scenario let us write the programming part, right? Now what is the first step you have to do? You have to move this contents of 2050H to which register? A register. After that you have to move to C register, right? Since I have using B register for carry, that's why I am moving to C register. Now what is the instruction we have? LDA 2050H, right? Now the contents of memory location 2050H are moved to the accumulator, right? Now from accumulator I have to move to C register, right? Move C comma A, right? From accumulator I have to move to C register, that's why I am writing the instruction move C comma A, right? Now what is the next instruction? LDA 2051H. Now the contents of next memory location are moved to the accumulator. Same like your addition operation only, but some few more instruction will get added, right? Now LDA 2051H. Now the second number F2H is moved to the accumulator, right? Now the second H is moved to the accumulator. Right? Now move D comma A, right? Now the contents of A are moved to content D, right? Contents of A are moved to D, right? Now here we are adding the contents of C and the contents of D. First number is stored under your C by this instruction. Second number is stored under your D by this instruction, right? Now initially we have to take 00H, right? Initially we have to take 00H. Now that immediate data, move immediate MVI, move immediate A comma hashtag. Either you can use hashtag or no hashtag, both will give the same result, right? Move immediate A comma 00H, right? Now what we have to do? Add D, right? add D. What is the operation of this? A, contents of A are added with contents of D and the result is stored under your A. This till here it will follow 00H. Initially what is the contents of A? It is 00H. Now what are the contents of D? Now 2050H we are storing 03H and 2051H we are storing F2H, right? 00H plus F2H. Now what is the result? F2H, and this is again reflected in A, right? This is again reflected in A, right? Now after adding here you may get carry, you may not get carry, right? Now consider case there is no carry. Jump if no carry, some label L1. I am taking some label L1. If there is no carry, I have to jump to one instruction, one specified instruction that is labeled with label L1, right? That is labeled with label L1, right? Now what is L1 here? Now what is L1 here? Decrement C, right? Decrement C, right? You have to add 3 times, right? You have to add 3 times in order to get result, right? You have to add 3 times in order to get result, right? Now if there is no carry, this has to decrement. If there is carry, right? If there is carry, what is the instruction? Initially I have to write move immediate B comma hashtag 00H. Initially the contents of B are replaced with 00H. If there is no carry, it will jump to this instruction. If there is carry, INR B incrementing B, right? INR B incrementing B, right? Now till this everything is clear, right? Now after decrementing C, it has to, after decrement, what is contents of C? 03H. It has decremented by 1. What is the result? 02H, right? 02H, right? Now this has to repeat till C is 00H. Till C is 00H, this addition operation has to be repeated. Now for that purpose I have to use instruction. For that purpose I have to use instruction jump if the result is not 0, right? J and Z, jump if result is not 0, and I am using some label repeat, right? Jump if result is not 0, and that label is here, right? Now that label is here, right? Again jump if no 0. Now decremented by 1 time you are getting 02H. This is not 0, right? Since it is not 0, it will jump to this instruction add D, right? Initially it is F2H. Again the contents of are added with F2H. F2H plus F2H, right? What is F2H plus F2H? 1E 4H, right? Now here we are getting carry, right? Now what is the carry here? Here we are getting carry, right? Now that's why it is, now it will incremented by 1, right? It will be incremented by 1. Now again it will jump to this particular instruction, again F2H. Again this loop will continue till C is 00H, right? This loop, particular loop will continue till 00H, right? Now after adding all the numbers, right? After adding, the result is stored under your accumulator. Finally the result is stored under your accumulator. Now that result is moved to 2052H. Lower byte is moved to 2052H. Nothing but your multiplied result, right? Now after that, what is B? B is stored, used to store carry, right? Now carry has to be, since it is an higher byte, carry has to be initially has to be stored under memory location 2053H. Now before storing into 2053H, the carry has to be moved to A register. After that STA 2053H. Now here ends the programming part, right? Now this is about the multiplication of two 8-bit numbers, right? This is the scenario for multiplication of two 8-bit numbers, right? Now let me explain again, right? We don't have any special instruction to multiply two 8-bit numbers. We can follow one logic, that is this thing, right? We can follow one logic, that is, if you see this, I am considering 03H into F2H, right? I have to multiply F2H, which is in hexadecimal, by 3 times, right? Now that will give you the result. If I add F2H 3 times, same result only, right? If I add F2H 3 times, the same result you will get. If I multiply F2H with 3 times, the same result you will get, right? If you now F2H plus F2H plus F2H, which is nothing but 1D 6H. If I multiply with F2H 3 times also, you will get same result. This is the logic we are following in order to multiply two 8-bit numbers under your 8085, right? Now initially we are considering 00H plus F2H. We will get the same F2H, right? To that F2H we are adding second F2H, the result is 1E4H. Now to that we are adding third F2H, that is 1D6H, right? Now assume 4 memory location. First number is stored under the memory location 2050H, and the second number is stored under the memory location 2051H, and the lower byte is stored under 2052H, higher byte is stored under 2053H. Nothing but carry and nothing but the result, right? Now initially first number has moved to A register. From A it has to move to C register. Since B is used for the carry, I am taking C register. You can take any register as per your requirement, but here I am taking based on my requirement, right? Since B I am using for the carry in order to store the carry. Now the first number is stored under your C register, right? Now the second number, from it has to move to A register. From A it has to move to D register, right? Now this is the scenario. Load accumulator 2050H. Now the contents of memory location 2050H is loaded to the accumulator, that is nothing but 03H, right? Now from accumulator I have to move to C using instruction move C comma A, right? Now the second number is moved from the memory location 2051H to the accumulator using the instruction LDA 2051H. Now this instruction will load the accumulator with the contents of memory location 2051H, right? Now from A I have to move to D register using the instruction move D comma A, right? Move D comma A, that will move the contents of A register to D register, right? First number is stored under C register by these two instruction, and second number is stored under your D register by these two instruction, right? Now A is free, right? First I have to follow 00H plus F2H, right? Now move immediate A comma 00H. Move immediate A comma 00H. Now that is because you have instruction add D, right? You have instruction add some register. Contents of A are added with contents of some register. That's why I have to use this instruction move immediate A comma 00H, right? Now add D, 00H plus F2H, right? 00H plus F2H. Upon addition you may get carry, you may not get carry. Consider case there is no carry. If there is no carry, it will jump to this loop decrementing C. What is C03H? Now what it is decremented by 1, you will get 02H, right? 02H. After that, now this loop will repeat till C is 00H. Decrementing C, you are getting 02H, right? Now jump if no 0. If there is no 0, again you have to add. Again you have to add F2H plus F2H, and there is 1E4H, right? Now here you are getting carry, incrementing B, right? Incrementing B. Now the B will be 1. Now the B will be 1, right? Now again decrementing C, and the result is 01H. Again it is getting added, right? Again it is getting added. Final result, you will get a carry, again incremented by B. This loop will continue till the value of C is 00H, right? Now B is stored with 2 carries, that is one carry upon one addition and one carry upon one addition, right? One carry, you will get 2. B value is 02H, right? B value is 02H, right? J and Z repeat. Now upon not 0, it will continue. This loop will continue till it is not 0, right? Now 2052H, here we are storing the result of A, right? Here we are under this memory location we are storing lower byte, right? Now B is moved to A, right? B, contents of B, nothing but the carries are moved to A. Now to that A again, and the carries are to be stored under 2053H. Now there ends the operation. Nothing but higher byte is stored under higher address and lower byte is stored under lower address, right? Now till we have seen multiplication operation, and in next lecture we will see the division operation. Along with that we will see the logical operation, right? Thank you.